Incredible photos have captured the extraordinary bubble birth of a baby girl who was born with her head encased in her amniotic sac. Rachel, age 23, and Nate Burrow, 29, from Buffalo, New York, were stunned when their daughter, Annabelle, was born with the fluid-filled bag that enclosed her in the womb still intact. Typically, this sac, which is connected to the placenta and provides infants with oxygen, bursts on its own, which is known as waters breaking. Yet the sac that surrounded Annabelle's head didn't rupture, even after doctors made an incision into the membrane as they delivered the infant via C-section. Mr. Burrow captured the 1 in 80,000 moment on camera moments after Annabelle was born healthily, weighing 8 pounds, 5 ounces on February 21st. The couple who are celebrating Annabelle's arrival say her dramatic entrance is the cherry on top. Incredible photos capture the extraordinary bubble birth of a baby girl named Annabelle, who was born with her head encased in her amniotic sac on February 21st this year. Born healthy and weighing 8 pounds, 5 ounces, Annabelle's arrival was a 1 in 80,000 event. Annabelle's parents, Rachel, 23, and Nate Burrow, 29, pictured with their 17-month-old son Isaiah, were unsure what was happening when amazed doctors delivered their daughter. What's being born en caul? Being born en caul means a portion of the amniotic sac or membrane remains on the baby's head at birth. It affects less than 1 in 80,000 newborns. A caul is a thin, filmy membrane that may be attached to the head, face, and ears, and could drape over the head and cover part of the torso. The caul is harmless and can be removed by healthcare professionals by peeling it back from the skin. Incisions must be made at the nostrils to allow the baby to breathe. The loops can then be carefully removed from behind the baby's ears. In folklore, children born en caul are said to possess supernatural abilities and be destined for greatness. This was just the cherry on top. Mr. Burrow, a digital optimization specialist, said everything happened so fast. Rachel couldn't see what was going on because she was behind a curtain and a little drugged up, but I was on the other side watching the operation. As they started pulling things out of her stomach, this bubble comes out, and at first I thought it was part of her insides. I knew it was weird because I'd watched the C-section for my son 17 months earlier and I didn't see that. All the nurses that were around helping the doctor were getting excited and pointing at it, but I was confused and I didn't know what I was looking at. Worried about the nurses' reactions, Mr. Burrow said, I got a little scared, so I looked over and was like, "Oh my God, is everything okay?" He said, the nurse didn't even answer. She just said, "Quick, take a picture." So I pulled out the camera and snapped a few photos. After that, I went back with Rachel. I could tell she was out of it, and I wanted to reassure her. There was a lot of pushing and tugging, and she was out just like that. I'm not sure if they sliced it open or pulled it over her. I'm so happy that I got the moment on camera. We're so happy to have her with her now, and that was just the cherry on top. Typically, the sac enclosing the head bursts on its own, which is known as waters breaking. Yet the sac that surrounded Annabelle's head failed to rupture, even after doctors made an incision into the membrane as they delivered the youngster via cesarean section. Mr. Burrows first thought his wife's insides were coming out when a bubble-like head emerged. Miss Burrows was dazed during the procedure and was reassured all was fine by her husband. Miss Burrow was amazed when she saw the pictures of her daughter's extraordinary birth. It was definitely a surprise for us. Miss Burrow, a full-time mother, added, "My doctor said this is super rare and it was definitely a surprise for us. I was taken aback when I saw the photos. It was completely amazing." Miss Burrow shared Annabelle's arrival on her Instagram account, as told by Mama, where she documents her journey through motherhood with her daughter and 17-month-old son, Isaiah. The caul is a thin membrane known as the amnion, which can cover a newborn's head and face immediately after birth. Babies can be burnt en caul when they emerge fully encased within the amniotic sac, which is filled with fluid in which unborn babies float and move. This fluid protects against infection and cushions the baby from bumps and injury, as well as providing them with fluids that they can breathe and swallow. Superstition surrounds the rare phenomenon of en caul births, with some cultures believing it's a mark of good luck. Despite her dramatic arrival, Annabelle is not thought to have suffered any complications. Her entrance has been documented on her mother's popular Instagram account. Pictured at 1 minute old, Annabelle's parents are overjoyed by their daughter's arrival.